Welcome back to Retro Tech Toys. Today I want to clean up some more NES carts. I'm trying to build up my Nintendo collection, so I'm getting a lot of cartridges that are untested or don't work, and there are a couple that I'm buying from secondhand stores, and I brought them home and they just don't work, so we're going to open them up. We're going to clean up the PCBs and clean up the connections and see what we can do to get them working again. Let's get started. Alright, we're back. Now, I've got 3 games this time. If you remember last time, we had one Amagon that I could not get working, and I'm not going to work on it this week. There are some other things that I want to do, and I think it's worthy of its own episode. I'm not ready to give up on it just yet, but what I do have is a game that Miss RTT got me for an early birthday present, Star Tropics. I don't know if you can hear this, but it's got some stuff rattling around inside of it, and it will not load. We also have Caveman games. This is one that I picked up recently at a secondhand store and put it in my Nintendo, and it just won't turn on. So we're going to clean it up and see if we can get that running as well. Lastly, I think we did this one last week, but it's still acting up. So let's take it apart one more time, give it one more good cleaning, and hope that it works. Okay, here we are. First, I want to go ahead and take apart Legacy of the Wizard. We're going to go ahead and go through and give all these a good cleaning, and then I'm going to put them back together, and then we'll test them on the Nintendo and see if further action needs to be taken. And I'm looking at this PCB, and it looks good, but I do see some gunk here that I missed last time. I don't even know if that's going to show up on camera, but it's a couple of really nasty smudges. I'm hoping that's all this is. But yeah, since I'm trying to grow my NES collection, I imagine this is going to happen a lot, where I'm going to get carts that just don't work, and I'm going to bring them on here and fix them with you guys. So that sounds like a lot of fun to me. Now that I've got that little security bit screwdriver, it makes the task a whole lot easier. All right, I got that gunk up. It looks so much better, and I'll show you. It does look a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and call this one done, and we'll move on to the next one. Alright, next we have Caveman games, and this is a terrible game. I played this a long time ago, and I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but I just don't like it. But it's part of the collection, and it's pretty cute. I mean, like, the graphics and stuff are cute. When I put this in, I just get a blank screen. It doesn't matter what I do. So let's have a look at it. I don't see a whole lot of dirt, but I mean, there is some. Oh, there's a little bit of stuff right here. It's hard to see, but yeah, this honestly looks really good. There have been one or two, there was one or two in the last video that, you know, it just didn't look very good inside of the PCB, but this one does. Now, I am noticing that we've got like a resistor or whatever here, and it's sort of touching this solder point, and I don't think it's supposed to. No, it's not supposed to touch that. It looks like it just, maybe it was bad manufacturing, but maybe I'll bend that back after I clean this and just kind of make sure that's not touching anymore. That might actually do the trick. Let's go ahead and clean this up first. See if we see anything on it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of dirty. There's some dirt coming off of there. Otherwise, that looks really good. There's the end result of the Q-tip. It's pretty dirty. Now let me go ahead and see if I can take this little solder point here and correct that issue. Yeah, I'm actually able to grab it with my fingernail. And I did. I completely moved that solder point. Interestingly enough, it doesn't look like that's actually soldered on, so I might have to take care of that later. I don't have my soldering tools out, but it's twisted back to where it's kind of locked in place pretty well, but it's hard to see. It's down here, but I don't think that's actually soldered in. But I moved that from the other solder point that it was touching, so hopefully that works. Last, we've got Star Tropics. This is the one that you can hear something shaking around in there, so I'm a little worried. Let's go ahead and get this one opened. I'm trying to see what's shaking in there. Trying to be really careful. Well, there it is. Looks like we've got a broken piece of cartridge. I don't see anything else so far. And, oh yeah, it comes right there from where the game is held on. I might actually have to glue that back on, but let's go ahead and clean this up. This one is pretty dirty. There's some streaks along the connection points here. The battery looks good. The capacitors look fantastic. I'm going to save that plastic piece. I don't have any super glue on me right now, but I'm going to go pick some up tomorrow and I will glue that back on. All right, this one isn't quite as dirty. There are smudges, and I've actually got some. This is really difficult to see, but there are spots back here, you know, where the connectors are. Like, there are spots that I can't get off. And that's a little concerning. Yeah, I'm not picking up much dirt. And those spots are not coming off with my fingernail. There is the cotton swab. It looks okay. The streaks are gone. There's no more shaking plastic, so let's put that back together and hopefully call this a day. We'll see if these things work. Here we are. We'll start with Legacy of the Wizard, and I'll be watching through the viewfinder so you guys can see through the TV screen. Look at that, Legacy of the Wizard. I have the sound turned down so I don't get any weird copyright notices. But yeah, it works. Let's hope it stays that way. All right, on to the next one. Okay, we've got Caveman Games. I was getting a blank screen here, so we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, it looks like it's working. Okay, Caveman Games works. All right, we're 2 for 2 this time. Last but not least, we've got Star Tropics. This is one of my favorite games. I'm really hoping this works. All right, if you hear, no more shaking sound. Hey, look, it looks like it works. That's awesome. I can't wait to play through this again. It looks like it's got a bunch of people's save information on there. There you go. It works great. So all 3 of these work. Okay, we got all 3 of these working. I'm so excited about that. That's awesome. So there's 3 more to add to my collection. I did pick up also recently a copy of Blaster Master, and it loads half the time. So I'm not really worried about that. It's probably just a little bit dirty. I might throw it in once I get a couple more games here in a few weeks. I actually just subscribed to that, what's it called? The Retro Treasure Box, I think is what it's called, where you put your preferences in and they send you $30 or $40 worth of retro games every month. So I signed up for Super Nintendo and Nintendo, so when that comes in, we'll unbox that together and we'll test those out. And I'll do a review of those games and I'll do a review of the service. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching Retro Tech Toys. Be sure to check out the official website at retrotechtoys.com. Also check out our official Twitter account and hit like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Let me know if you have any methods that I don't know about to get these old cartridges working again, because a lot of them do need restoration these days. They're, 30, 35 years old. So thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for you today, and I'll see you next time.